Thank you everyone for tuning in to this WAXcast Season 1 Episode 3, Between Both Cheeks. You can follow us on Instagram, Between Both Cheeks, and on YouTube at Wax Hair Removal Bar. So now, I'd like to introduce our hosts, Luba, the badass boss bitch, owner of Wax Hair Removal Bar, Holly, the hair ripper, the international esthetician professional, and Becca, the egg, a yearning for learning new to the business.
Bush in Kazakhstan we laugh when we hear the name because a bush mean the hair around the testes satchel.
You can hire a hooker to come to your hotel room, but you can't bleach an asshole. Bring me your balls.
Episode 3. Let's talk about what really happens between both cheeks.
Ooh.
Fun fact, ladies. I run some stats today. What do you think is the third most popular service in our wax hair removal bar in Vancouver, Canada, the home of Sorry? What do you think?
The home of...
Sorry, where Canadians always say sorry for everything.
Oh, I thought you meant Surrey. Like Surrey, the town.
Sorry, like they always say sorry for everything.
No, we say
They're
sorry,
not the most
Surrey.
They're not the most outgoing people, would you say?
Surrey is the suburbs.
Yeah, we're not in the burbs, we're in the city.
Yeah.
So what do you think the service might be?
Number 3, top
In
service.
a wax hair removal bar.
Crickets? Where's the crickets?
Good.
Well, let me enlighten you all, please. It's anal bleaching. And what does that mean?
Some
This is what
assholes
people
need to
ask
lighten up.
me all the time. What does that mean?
Some assholes need to lighten up.
That's amazing. It's true. It's true. And the city folk of Vancouver love that fresh light glow.
Fresh light glow.
So you know that when I opened the company, I never thought I'd do anal bleaching. And that's like literally what built this business.
Yes, it's our brand.
So when I was in corporate, I was consistently being pulled into the office and reprimanded that I was too outside of the box and that I needed to be pulled back inside the box. I needed the competitors to do whatever they wanted to do first, and if it worked, then we should follow suit.
Oh.
Right? So my answer was, we're in the cosmetic industry. If you're not first to market, you're dead in the water.
Yeah.
Like, it made zero sense to me. I was pulled into the office because I was told that I dressed up too much. I'm in beauty.
Yeah.
Like, it definitely was not the right fit. So when I left corporate, opened up wax, started anal bleaching within the first year, I made all these like super sassy t-shirts, uniforms for the girls to wear. And the first one was, I used to work for assholes and now I just bleach them.
Yeah.
And which we sell on the website.
Still a part of our uniform.
Yes, waxhairremovalbar.com. Shop, buy a t-shirt. I sent it to my old boss.
In the mail.
In the mail.
In the post.
Yeah, in the post. And I said, how's this for being outside of the box?
You did it.
Yeah, and then anal bleach was born. And like Vancouver, I felt was like maybe, and I don't know, Holly, you can speak to this. Like maybe it's more of a North American thing, but like Vancouver, I found like even Brazilians were still kind of taboo. And then we were waxing balls because we were doing the Brazilian.
Yeah.
And now we're doing anal bleaching.
Yeah.
So we were literally like the naughty new kid on the block. Like, what the hell is this place? There's people walking around with anal bleach t-shirts.
Yeah. Exactly. And now
About
it's
it,
our
like
third
it's
most
so
popular service.
normal. Yeah.
Yeah, and we have people that travel in from all over to get this service because, first of all, it's effective.
Yeah.
It's instant.
It's natural.
It's natural.
It's not going to give you cancer.
No.
No.
And the other thing is that it's still one of those relatively new services that people are just curious.
Absolutely.
So I was curious when I came over here.
Of course.
But you were thrown in. It was like, hi, welcome to Vancouver for a day. Come to Vegas and you're going to bleach an asshole in front of 200 people.
And we went live on Facebook.
Yeah.
And yes, if you attended that training session, welcome. That was my first time doing that service. So fake it till you make it. But my first instinct was, okay, well, if I have to do this in front of people, I need to feel what it's about. And I must admit, I was one of those nervous customers who was like, okay, like, this is my a-hole. It's a delicate area. Like, is there going to be any damage? Is there going to be any stinging? Is there going to be any side effects? Like, I was really nervous. And the esthetician that I had on that day, shout out to Brianna, because she was very professional.
Yay, Brianna.
She talked me through everything, and I almost fell asleep. I was like, that's really relaxing. It's kind of like a little butt massage.
That's extra.
And wow, you know, results instant, easy to maintain at home, like amazing. And who doesn't want to feel their best, even if you don't have a lot of pigmentation? And a lot of Caucasian people don't have a lot of pigmentation, but with different ethnicities. Sorry.
Yeah.
She's got an accent.
Sorry.
Sorry.
They do sound the same.
Everyone has skin concerns, and what a rewarding treatment to offer people. I thought waxing was great because you remove the hair and you see an instant, smooth, perfect looking area. But to be able to lighten someone's skin tone and change their life, I've had girls that have come through the door that you know, have to put on a prom dress and have discoloration under their arms that they're highly sensitive about. Back to Becca with the unibrow. Same thing. People have, you know, different insecurities that they are possibly born with or predisposed to that they don't even know how to treat without the risk of something going wrong. You risk getting your eyebrows waxed and you ended up red for 5 days. Imagine if you were going to prom with that.
Or getting married.
Or anything, any special event. So to be able to change the lives of these young girls with underarm lightening and, you know, anal bleaching and all sorts of things that people are insecure about, like, it's a very rewarding.
Yeah.
Despite what the hippies say, looks do matter.
Right? Well, it was crazy too because when we started this, it was never part of the business plan. It was never part of the idea. But my estheticians would come out of treatment and come talk to me after the client checked out, saying she was asking if we do lightening for the anal region. And I was like, what is this? So I started researching it, and I was like, nobody does this. Like, if customers are asking for it, you just need to provide it, like in a healthy, safe, natural way. Exactly. And that's kind of like what I wanted wax to be. Was I always say that we talk about anal bleaching like we talk about the weather. Yep. If people call in and they say that they want to do a basic bikini sides wax, I always teach the girls to say, did you want to add it between the cheeks? Right? And people freak out. They're like, whoa, what is that? What is that? We're going to wax your crack. Do you want, because you have hair there.
Yeah.
Right? So if you start having conversations like this where it's very nonchalant, everyone becomes much more comfortable with it. And a lot of people want these services done, but they're too afraid to ask. So if you put it out there, like McDonald's, what do they say when you go to the drive-thru and you order a Big Mac?
Supersize.
Do you want fries with that?
Oh.
Same thing. Or supersize. But that was the entire mindset of making a really comfortable place. We've had construction workers come and get anal bleaching. We've had doctors, we've had lawyers that are male that come get, bleaching.
Yeah, awesome.
And the first thing that I was asked, obviously coming over from Australia only 6 months ago, and this is not a big thing in Australia, I can tell you.
It will be.
But it might be after
It will be, yes.
The first thing they said, so do you only do that to gay guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't think I ever told you this, but when I was doing my marketing when I first opened, guess where I took all my print ads out? West End, Davie Street, and all of the gay magazines. I completely thought that was going to be my only market.
Yeah. No.
And it was not. It was a big mistake.
I would say that's the smallest margin.
Of people.
Or at least stereotypically gay. Like, it's not the people that you're stereotyping in your head that you think get these services done. It's
a regular, everyday.
Yeah, I would have no idea. Honestly, most clients that I check in and out, when they leave, I go, why?
Are they even worried about that?
Yeah, why do they need that? And if it makes you feel better, it makes you feel better. And I understand that, and I totally get it. but it's not what my friends think, and is it porn stars, is it gay guys? I'm like, no, it is too, but
not the majority.
90%. Yeah, no.
Because anyone at any given time can suffer from discoloration of the skin. Obviously, when we're talking about anal bleaching, that's not, well, for some people it might be, but it's not caused by UV exposure.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
So when we're talking about underarms and we're talking about face lightening and we're talking about other areas, obviously the sun is the number one cause of that. However, with anal bleaching, it's hormonal changes.
Yep. Age, hormones, and ethnicity.
Yeah.
Weight.
Exactly.
Yep.
Rubbing.
Yep.
Friction.
Yeah, and any area that has suffered chafing, so we do a lot of inner thighs, bikini line, cheeks.
One of the things that people were asking too in the seminars that we do is that it doesn't work on African American people, and it actually works better on darker skin. I found, which is like really, really incredible.
Yeah.
So it's for everyone, really.
It's for everyone, and it's not going to remove the pigment from the skin, so it's not actually bleaching like how we think of bleach, like Clorox, how you use for cleaning. It's not going to you're not going to get white patches. It's just going to, whatever your kind of overall shade is all over, that's the lightest you'll ever go is if you use these products. It's only going to slow down melanin. It's not going to bleach you, but it's not going to make you darker. You don't have to worry. It'll just make you whatever other color you are. It'll make you all one, like how you put a foundation on your face to make your face look all one color.
Which sounds obvious, but then I've dealt with people that have come in freaking out before their wedding or before their vacation that have said they've been elsewhere and they chose to go down the road of a quick fix.
Chemical.
Which is a chemical base which contains the hydroquinone or the kojic acid. And they're like, I'm darker, can you please help me? And honestly, when I put them on the table, I've thought, well, I don't know, the damage has been done. Is this going to actually help them? But to have people actually get up off the table and hug me and thank me and say I've saved their wedding or I've saved their vacation or whatever, and they're so thrilled with the results. Like from a natural product, that's amazing, and the results really speak for themselves.
That's incredible. Fast forward 2 years later, we're opening up in Vegas. We're already full-blown doing anal bleaching in Vancouver. Jake and I take a trip out to visit a buddy, and we're in Vegas for a week. And anyone that's been to Vegas, if you're there for more than 3 days, it's a long freaking time. So I'm like bored out of my mind because we're not on the strip. We're in someone's house off the strip. So I go into like full-on work mode, and I'm researching. And I thought, I guarantee every salon in this town is doing anal bleaching. This is the capital of entertainers. Of course. Not one salon in the state of Nevada is offering anal bleaching. So I look at Jake and I go, we're opening up a store here. And he's like, what? I'm like, we're opening up a store here. So again, like when I talk about this, I'm like, how stupid was I? This was during the recession.
Yeah.
So everyone was closing down in the store, in the States. People were losing their jobs. People were committing suicide because they couldn't afford to live. Animals were dying and being left and dying in houses. Like it was a bad, bad time. I got it in my head. I wanted to have a store there. I wanted to have an international company before I was 30. That was the whole goal.
Yeah.
Not being American, I needed to invest at that time. It was a minimum of shitload of money.
Minimum of a lot.
And it needed to be placed into an American account before you could start the process of setting up for a visa. So again, mortgaged my condo again.
What did your mum say this time?
Oh, I didn't tell my mom. I didn't tell my mom.
You learned from lesson.
Not a chance.
Don't tell mom.
Not
just do
a chance, right?
Over 18, just do it.
Jesus. I sit there and I wonder what the hell was I thinking. But our dollar was actually better at that time. So all my construction costs were a lot better at the time. People were out of work. So for me to be able to create jobs in that city was very, very big for me. And people freaking showed up then, which was very, very nice. So we started the construction of the store. We built the store. We started anal bleaching. We had a lineup before we even opened. Like we were doing marketing and promotions and stuff like that. People got our cards. It said clearly on the cards the day that we were opening. People were lined up and leaving us nasty messages about, I got your card at this place. I went there and you're not there. Like screaming because there was such a demand for this.
So there was a recession and people had no money, but they still cared about the shade of their butthole.
Yeah. It blew my mind.
In Las Vegas, though, which is
Yes.
out of everywhere in the world, that is the place where this should be.
Right. No, 1000%. But, you know, during really tough times like 9/11, I was still in the industry and I was going around, I was training and I was speaking to all the stores and stuff. Lipstick sales were up 411%.
Yeah.
Restaurants were down, but crock pot sales were up. So anything that is like a smaller cost that is in the beauty industry, self-care, home does really well during those times.
Yeah.
The
right?
women are sad and the women are the purchasers.
Yeah. So that's like anal bleach blew up. But I will tell you, the shit that I dealt with in that town, of all places, has been horrific. Vancouver, 12 years, not an issue. I've never had anyone call and complain. Our landlords live, they work upstairs, our office is upstairs. Yeah. They walk by our shirts that say, you know, what are those?
They say anal bleach on the front or hey asshole, and then on the back they say I used to work for assholes, now I just bleach them.
Yeah.
Change your ringtone,
that was it.
Or hey asshole.
Some assholes need to lighten up.
Yeah,
they see this stuff in the window and they just walk by, like not an issue at all. And we're quite conservative in Canada. Vegas. You can hire a hooker to come to your hotel room, but you can't bleach an asshole.
It's so bad.
We were kicked out of a gym. We were doing marketing with them. We paid to be there. I sent them all
like a fitness gym.
I sent them all of our t-shirts and I said, this is what the staff will be wearing. Yeah. The only one that came back that said, no, you can't wear it was, hey asshole, get bleached, we had. So we couldn't wear that one, but the other two were fine. We showed up. Spicy Italian, Ashley was there with me. Nicole was with me, so shout out to them. I haven't seen Nicole in a while, but she was my first waxpert in Vegas. We're having a great time. People were taking photos with us. They were excited about it. We were handing out coupons, and all of a sudden some guy came over and he flicked his business card at me and he said, you guys got to get out.
His business card?
Yeah. So I took it off the floor and he's like some manager of the gym. Went into the office and I said, can I talk to this person? And he's like, yeah, sure, no, have a seat. That was me. And I said, what is the issue? Like, I've got an agreement with you. I've paid to be here. And he goes, we don't have those kind of clients here.
Whoa.
You don't know.
And I said, oh, really? I said, what are those kind of clients?
What do they look like? Who are they?
How do you know?
And he goes, the porn stars and the strippers. And the porn stars, the strippers, and the gays.
They're the most fit.
And I said to him, I kind of went, they're paying your rent in this frickin' gym, first of all.
Yeah.
And I said, second of all, I'm not any of those three, but I have mine done. So are you saying that a business owner is one of those people and not the people that you have here? Like you have, and I put him into this whole education piece on it can be for your face, your underarms, your knees, your elbows, all of
any
this.
skin lightening.
So that was one of the first experiences.
Was he Caucasian?
I think so.
Yeah,
I can't remember. And then the other one was we did a pop-up shop on the Strip, and I came into work one day, and our entire window was covered with black sheets.
Wow.
And a very big company, a big casino company. One of the head people said that your shirts are offensive, and we are going to you can't be here. So what do? Is I call the news station.
Good.
Yeah.
And I was like,
In Las Vegas.
in Las Vegas, I said,
You're not in Utah.
if you walk 3 steps, you have someone handing out cards for hookers with nudes on them.
Yes.
So that's okay, but you can't have the word anal.
Or asshole.
And her reply to me was, well, when kids walk by and they see the word anal, how do you explain it? I said,
Your butthole.
it's a medical term.
Yeah.
Yes.
What would you
your
like me to
anus.
call it?
Yeah. Your ear. Your eyeball.
Your anal passage.
And she goes, I think you should call it backdoor bleaching. And I said, and that doesn't
sounds
sound
better.
shady.
That
Yes,
sounds better.
that's worse.
That doesn't sound
Can we get
shady.
your back door done?
I said, so you
Go
say
to
that.
the back of the nail salon and get your back door done.
Right? And then I looked at her and I said, your marketing says, what was it? Oh my God, it was that not the roller coaster, the Ferris wheel that they have. Free mustache rides for Movember. And they were giving rides away on the Ferris wheel.
What?
And I said, and what do kids say when they ask what a mustache ride is? And I pulled out not the Wikipedia thing, Urban Dictionary, and I read her the mustache ride with my landlord there, and my landlord was like, okay, no, and I was like, no, I want an explanation for this.
Yeah,
And
I
like,
was
you're
5 years
saying,
old. How would you explain
how would you
this to
explain
me?
it? Because I can explain anal to a child, what the term anal means.
Not
Mustache.
anal
ride.
sex,
But that's what they think
yes.
of, and that's what makes it
You're not
dirty to
advertising doing anal.
people. So yeah, we ended up on the news, and I talked about being an international business owner. I talked about creating jobs for single women, sometimes with children. When they got fired from places because of the recession, I was able to employ these people. I've invested a shitload of money into your country.
Yeah.
And I pay my rent, I pay my suppliers, I pay my girls, and you're going to block off my window,
Oh my God.
You're not
Because
from
you're
here. You go
offended by
back
it.
to Canada. You could open up in Toronto.
right? She called me and she's like, I had dinner with the president of blah blah, the big casino company, and I have decided that it is going to be my job to bring you down. I'm going to make sure that you get kicked out of here.
Wow.
And I went,
That's what your dinner was
anal
about.
bleaching.
this is over
Your life
t-shirts.
should be about better things.
And I said, you know what? I am so honored.
Yeah.
And she said, I'm sorry, what? I said, I am so honored
I'm
that
that
you
important to you."
sat at dinner with the
with the
president of the
president.
company and
Talking
talked about
about
my
me.
tiny little business
Yeah.
and how you need to bring me down.
and like
completely honored.
$25 t-shirts.
Our sales in t-shirts and anal bleaching went through the roof. It was incredible.
Oh my gosh.
But Vegas has been a very, very, very tough town for me for
Yeah.
anal bleaching.
Yeah.
Yeah. No issues in Vancouver, but when people get, no, you know what? We did have an issue in Vancouver. We had one, an upset mother.
Oh,
Yeah, we did. But,
yeah. But we also
compared-
got written up in the newspaper for that one.
what is it? All press is good press.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's it.
You just got to spin it. Like, we're not doing anything shady. We're not doing anything dirty.
we're
We're
not
providing a
advertising
service that people are
sexual
asking
People
for.
that have an issue that is obviously very sensitive to them.
Yes, if you're insecure about it, and if there's something
Exactly.
out there that can
We're
make you feel
making
better
people
about it, that's
brighter,
not going to harm
happier.
you. Yeah, like just brighten up and don't be so goddamn grumpy.
Exactly.
Like worry about other bigger things.
And that's where the t-shirt was actually created in Vegas. I was with the manager at the time and I said, I'm so pissed off at this gym. Like, I don't know why they're making such a big deal about this. You know what? Like, some assholes just need to lighten up. And I was like, ding, 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 t-shirt, t-shirt,
Yeah.
T-shirts, send it back.
That's it.
And we talk about that in training, right? Like, we have people literally screaming, lining up
That's right.
to
Yes,
watch our
chanting.
training. Like, anal bleach, they're like screaming. You can see it on our YouTube
A
channel.
lineup.
But it's all about
Opening
making...
the lines of communication.
There you go.
For
There
sure.
you go. So that's it with why we bleach assholes. And how
Makes you feel
difficult it's
good.
been.
How difficult it's been to get to this point.
Right?
Now they're lining up out the door to have it done.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. So it is for everyone. Everyone can have it done, all different areas. There's an amazing new product that we have taken quite some time to create. Bright. You can follow them on the gram.
The gram.
Is that a thing, Egg? Can I say the gram?
Yeah, that's
Okay,
it, the
I'm
gram,
working on it.
the gram.
At Brighten Up.
Yeah, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn at Brighten Up. BRYGHTENUP.
Perfect. And
Bright with a Y because it's for you and it's for everyone.
And what is it? It's
Wow.
younger,
Younger, hotter, wiser,
And
or
easier.
brighter. Yeah, yeah, it's
easier.
just better.
So it's basically, we talk about this every podcast. Collaborate, don't compete. We are bleaching assholes every day. We've been bleaching them for the last 12 years. We know what works. We know what doesn't work. We've worked out all of the kinks, right from the bottles to the formula, to the retail, to the POP material.
Yeah.
Does that make sense when I say POP material? Some people
The pictures that you want to hang up on your wall.
That's my
and the pictures that you want to put on your Instagram and your Facebook.
Yeah.
We understand what your clients want to see. We understand what you want to see. We understand what you need. We
And we
know that you
understand what
want it to
actually
look
works.
pretty. Yes,
A bubble
it
does.
works. We have before
It
and
has
after
been
photos.
working.
It's better than what we sold before. It's younger, hotter, better. Just
So
you know,
good. And it's
divorce
made
your
by
wife.
professionals for you. So, you know, there's always going to be a voice on the other end. There's always going to be an email that's going to be returned. We're there to support everyone in the industry, from the consumer to the esthetician to the business owner.
Yeah.
So tune in next week for our next podcast. I think this wraps up this Between Both Cheeks segment.
Yes.
And we look forward to hearing from you. Please DM us at Becca.
Brighten up, BRYGHTENUP.
Or
on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, or info@waxhairremovalbar.com, waxhairremovalbar.com. So there's 2 R's in the middle. Watch your thumbs.
and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, Wax Hair Removal Bar.
Yes, you can see assholes getting bleached in person
Yay!
through a screen.
All right. Good night.